Hello, doing some more viewer coaching. This time we got Storm Potato, who, believe it or not, is a mobile player. They said they play on mobile, and their goal is to get better at Scythe, so hopefully we can notice some of the areas where their Scythe is lacking, and any other habits otherwise. I don't know if the taunt button is different on mobile, but if it is, and you meant to attack there, get destroyed. Alright, so let's see. Right away, I do notice a habit there, but I don't want to say that it's like, you know, super punishing or super bad right away, but it is a horizontal dodge both in neutral and every time you get punished in that situation, a dodge in. So that is something that I would definitely take a look at, because it means with a string weapon like Katars, you're going to eat up damage really quickly. So be aware of dodging in neutral a lot. Let's see, do you do it again? Yep, you did do it again. If I had a weapon like Axe there, for example, I would have just gotten the kill there, like right there, I guess. So yeah, definitely be aware of always dodging horizontally and neutral. I don't know, on mobile it might be harder to dodge in different directions, but if you are gonna dodge, I do recommend, yep, like that diagonal down, mixing in the direction more, because if you think about it, oh, that is unlucky. That is unfortunate. We've all been there. I can't knock you for that. I've been there a lot. But yeah, you do want to be careful about always dodging in the same direction, because if you think about it, when someone's trying to punish your dodge, they're either going to read it or they're going to react to it, right? And if I don't know where exactly you're going to dodge, but I know the direction, it makes reacting to it much easier, because I only have to pick between two options, left or right. But if you're dodging in all 8 different directions, then I have to pick between all of those, right? The other thing I notice is a lot of signature use very quickly. So yeah, I would be careful about using a lot of signatures, especially on the Scythe. If you are trying to improve at Scythe, I think Scythe's strongest aspect is its different options with light attacks rather than heavy attacks. So that is something to take a look at as well. I have to burp now, so I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. Game number 2 here. It does seem like you are somewhat of a newer player, which, you know, we've all been there. It's nothing to be ashamed of. So I don't want to, you know, get too critical or anything like that. Hopefully I don't do that with anyone, but yeah, there are a couple things I do want to point out, which is if you are using a lot of signatures because you're not sure what else to do, then yeah, I would just take some time to learn some of your light attacks, some of your combos, stuff like that. Like right there, I was kind of just standing in the same area. I am playing a little bit differently this game, as you can tell. I'm kind of waiting for you to come into my area, my zone, rather than aggressing into yours. And it seems like you're going for a lot of moves that kind of, I don't know, it kind of seems like you're going for them before I do anything, if that makes sense. So it's not really a call and response. It's more like you're shouting like a question into the wind and hoping that someone will answer. I don't know if that analogy makes sense. Hopefully it does. But I would say, remember that you are, and again, it does seem like you're a less experienced player, which, again, I don't want to knock, so that kind of thing will come with experience. But remember that you are playing against another person, and so you're going to have to adapt and change what you do in response to what they're doing. So as I'm jumping up here, yep, like an N-Sig is a pretty good option there, because Fate's N-Sig is super strong. As you're recovering back to stage, if you notice I'm hovering around this area, then it's much safer to go down here rather than recover high. So think about Brawlhalla or think about fighting games often as a call and response, and I think that'll help you out in your journey and your travels here. Now it seems like you're pretty headstrong and set on getting this weapon here, so I'm just gonna hover around this area. Now on mobile, I presume that it's much harder to do things quickly, so sometimes playing against Katars might be a little bit difficult. So I do apologize if I was kind of just, you know, end-lighting and bullying you there. I didn't mean to. But I was trying to drive home a point, which is that getting tunnel vision, this is something that someone a couple sessions ago was running into, where they felt like they were tunnel visioning a lot, they weren't sure where. Noticing the areas that you are is the first step, because once you're aware of being predictable, then you can do something about it, right? The enemy of predictability is awareness. So be aware that you were tunnel visioning to get the weapon. Maybe work on your unarmed so you no longer have to feel like you need to get a weapon. That could be a place to start. But otherwise, oh no, I'm starting to lag a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't make me DC from the game. But yeah, that is another area. So like that sidelight right there, for example, if this was someone else, like, or if I didn't know you were on mobile, I would say, oh, that was a strange sidelight maybe. But given that you're on mobile, I presume that you're just trying to pick up the weapon, and, you know, fingers got a little sloppy, got some pizza hands, you know, salami on there. So, you know, again, because you are, or maybe I could be wrong here, but it does seem like you're maybe a little less experienced. I'm not going to go super ham with any strings or anything, because, you know, I feel like that wouldn't be the nicest thing to do, or the most productive at all. But I am going to go for kind of standard options here, so sidelight nair on axe, seeing how you space around it. It seems like you always kind of attack at the same timing, so every time you're at about half jump height in the air, you go for a falling aerial. And because of that, all I have to do as the opponent, if I'm trying to, you know, super go ham and win the game, is I just have to wait just outside the range of where your falling aerial will be. and then you know, it punish you from there. So like right now I'm kind of just jumping around, not really going for attacks. I'm trying to see if you're doing the same thing, and there's the falling aerial again, right? So do be careful about that. Do be careful about using a lot of heavy attacks. I'm kind of just backing up and going for scythe, which again is not generally how I like to play, but or how I'm comfortable playing. But I'm just trying to see how you work around it. And landing is another thing. So I kind of know you're gonna go for the weapon here, so I'm just gonna charge an Ensig, see if you jump into it, which seems like you're at least on the path of doing so. Like for example, if I charge an Ensig there, it would have hit that down air. So do be careful. What are some other things you can do? Hopefully this will help you, give you some other options. You can, instead of always going for an aerial there, you can decide not to jump and dash on the ground. You can do another thing like, instead of falling and doing an aerial, you fall and then you do a grounded attack as you land on the ground, you know? Or you could do something where you jump and then instead of doing a falling aerial, you jump again and bait something out. So there's a few different things you can do. Another thing is cleaning up movement, which again, on mobile, it must be difficult because, you know, doing quick inputs probably isn't the smoothest, but fast falls is a big thing that you really want to incorporate into your movement, because it makes your movement, number one, less obvious, and number two, quicker. And being quicker is a lot better. But yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know the struggles of mobile. I played it in beta, but hopefully some of that advice can help. If it does, please let me know, because I'm kind of shooting in the dark here. I don't know if anything that I'm doing is helping anyone, but I hope it is for one person. And thanks for watching.